All right, shalom, most high in Christ bless. Happy Sabbath to everybody tuning in across the world. All praises to the most high in Christ. We're back again live. It's another Sabbath. All right, there's a lot of people who are not here today to say all praises to the most high. They're in the ultimate truth now. Okay, so a lot of times, folks, you have to realize the most high is the ultimate power. All right, make sure that you are literally, if you have been tagged in this video, if you've been watching the programs, make sure that you are taking notes. All right, a lot of people watch and see the scriptures and everything else. You see brothers at the camp, you like the camp videos and all the little pageantry that goes along with it. But this stuff only works if you utilize it in your real situations. In your real situations, if you utilize this book, you will fare never the worst, okay? All praises to the Most High in Christ. Tonight's topic, of course, no mercy or integrity. All right, you've seen the young brother who was, of course, killed, shot like a dog, all right? No mercy. Have mental illnesses, all kind of things. We went through a couple of these scenarios a couple months back, and we've been doing it over the course of many years, speaking about this same type of situation, all right? So you folks must understand, that our people, we suffer from a lot of illnesses. Mental illness being one that's off the charts. Now, we know that mental illnesses can be passed down through situations. It can be passed down through genetics, all right? It can be passed down through your environment. It can be passed from what you eat. All kind of things can affect how your mind works. Of course, you should understand that. Some of you savages, when you smoke weed, when you get drunk, whatever you do, doesn't that affect your mind? Okay, it puts you in this type of mental illness. Okay, but also you have spiritual mental illness, Christianity, Islam, thinking that you can Zen, become one with everything, the Zen master, however you want to call it. All right, but there's a problem with you. Okay, when you look at the ecosystem, let's use that for some of you folks. Every creature the Most High had Christ to create has mechanisms and triggers and harmony of what they eat, what environment it should be in, how everything should be ran according to their groups. They have hierarchies, all kind of stuff. But when it comes to our people, when I say our people, I'm talking about you so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics whose fathers of Negroid and of Indian descent, the children of disobedience, the children who are scattered across the four corners of the globe, primarily in the Americas, and you're being grinded to powder. One thing is self-evident is that the facts is that we are continually going through the same things over and over again. They killed the young man in the streets. But that young man did not die for no reason. You have to understand that. That young man's blood on the streets of Philadelphia is a testament against this place. You better understand that. It's a testament against this place. All right? No matter what, you see our people, we're killing each other. We're being killed by the other forces. The system is killing us. Everything is surrounding around us. And we keep pointing back to the one ultimate solution is keeping God's laws. And y'all keep saying not to keep them. How you going to kill a young man? He had a knife. If anybody been in a knife fight, some of y'all ain't been really there. But if you really been in a knife fight with another man, nobody's going to come over. If you try to attack a man overhanded with a knife, you're silly. Now, if he had the knife underhanded, I can see him going, okay, he about to do some damage. It's sad, but it's ignorance at the same token. Okay, we're going to show y'all some clips. We debated. I'm not going to show that young man's demise. I'm not going to show that because you've seen his mother. I've seen the video. Many of you saw it. He shot him in front of his mother. His mother, reaction of his mother, she threw her phone at the police. All right, yeah, that's the young man. All right. You never know. A mental illness or whatever the case may be, if you had, we was talking a little bit earlier, our people, man, there's no way in the world. You got 10 brothers out there. We're going to tackle this man. You're going to play crazy, but we're going to make sure we put you down real quick, but not to the point where you get, what was it, 12, 15 shots, whatever it was. It was some double shots coming. All right? And it was cold-blooded, and everybody saw it, and then nobody could do anything. These guys is there, okay? Understand this is a dangerous place, man. All right? And it's sad. And I know a lot of you brothers is frustrated and a lot of sisters is frustrated. The nation is frustrated. But you got to, in your frustration, you have to understand you need to do something about it first, and it starts in your mind. Understand that, okay? Where's the people who were standing up with the guns? Since that statement, there's a lot of deaths still happening. Boy, I'll tell you one thing, the Most High going to keep shining. Where's everybody marching with guns now? Where's everything headed? We got the answers. The answers is in the Bible. Let's open up with Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Shame on you people who are not in the fight, man. You're not even hearing it. You're shocked at these situations when we keep getting phone calls from mothers saying that their son got killed by the police. You ever received one of those calls? 2 a.m.? It's not good. Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Let's start at verse 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 5. The fool.
The what?
The fool.
Come on.
Folded his hands together.
The fool folded his hands together. That's why, man, all praises to the Most High for you brothers that are out on these streets and you brothers that are pushing truth, man, to the best of your knowledge. All praises to the Most High for you, man, because at the end of the day, you realize you're in the fight. We don't have no time for no silly, this pastor wants to debate you about, keeping the law. Shut up. You have no idea. We ain't not debating nobody. We're not talking to nobody. It's the breaths that we're wasting on you, we could be talking to somebody who really need it. You are part of the problem if you don't understand, as a nation of people, we have codes of conduct, which the Bible calls laws, statutes, and commandments, and it's continually brung out throughout the whole book. Even in the last book, your whole redemption and everything about Christ relies on you returning to how he taught, which he taught commandments at the highest level. Everybody want to stand out in March and tear down the city. But what about 2 days ago, before that happened, when one of your own killed somebody? It's the highest level of hypocrisy you can ever live in. And that's why a lot of people is just frustrated. But you're frustrated because you don't understand the overall, you don't have the overall understanding of what's happening. All right? Let's read it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 5. The fool foldeth his hands together.
Come on.
And eateth his own flesh.
And eateth his own flesh. You know what this is especially for folks that's in the truth. You should understand, you better make sure you're not slothful. Because that's the key to helping our people. Because remember, if you go back, everybody talk about Cain and Abel, but his famous statement was, am I my brother's keeper? Well, he's the devil. He got Satan on him. Anybody not realizing you only as strong as your nation, you don't understand this book. You don't understand integrity. Come on.
Verse 6. Better is an handful with quietness.
Better is a handful with quietness. Come on.
Than both the hands full with travail and vexation of spirit.
So why are we reading this? Because a lot of you folks in the truth, what we call in the truth, out of the truth, you love this man's system. You love the amenities. You love what your hands can grab. You love feeling the way you feel in this system. You love it. You just have moments in this system where your mind start working correctly and go, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. But you don't realize the whole system with your moments of saying this is not how it's supposed to be. Even when you think how it's supposed to be, it is not how it's supposed to be. You have to understand that. So from the small children all the way on up, you're being taught things incorrectly. All kind of stuff is happening. You're being fed any garbage. And then because your mental condition stems from even the times of slavery and going back before that, you're not dealt with patience and compassion. We always deal with hitting. Well, congratulations. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. This is the ramifications of what it is, right? You're going to see these pictures over and over and over again. How many times it takes for you to see this and it could click into your head? We have to start building ourselves in the mind first. First. It starts in the mind first. The police, that man is there because they told him they would pay him money. Remove the money from them, he's not there. He'll be doing another job. He'll be taking tickets at the toll booths. But everything is a system of monetary gains, capitalism, every single thing. That's why when Donald Trump stand up there, every time in his interview, he go, well, the stock market's doing great. You know, that's his main talking points. Money, 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 money. All of them, money, money, money. Why? Because the money is an illusion. The money is why you're trapped into a cage. Because your whole ideology and the basis of your success depends on a green paper with a white face on it, man. Your whole measure of life and your success is measured by that. How about that? And you don't think that you trapped in the system? You know, before that paper, I will show y'all some old books where the money was at. They used to house it. Remember, we went down. See, Richmond, what some of y'all might not understand about this demonic place over on this end, we got all the history. And they were proud of the history. It's the capital of the Confederacy. So everything is all around us. Their demise was laid right before us. When we was here, Raphael took us all over. He said, come on, let me show you all this. Boom. We went to all the little spots, nestle spots people didn't even know of. Yep. We went some of y'all watched our Farmville video from 7 years ago, or whatever the case may be. We went all through those areas.
Like right downtown Richmond, because this right here is the capital of Confederacy, really the capital of Deuteronomy 28.
Right.
Let's just keep it real. And you can actually see this, you can feel the spirits downtown where there's an old slave graveyard, where VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University, has actually had to leave that actual ground alone because they was going to take it and make it into a parking lot. They wouldn't let us walk on it. They said it was sacred. So it's showing you even during that time, they have the slave so that, you know, we can walk through those areas and you can actually feel the spirits through there.
And the tribe names are here.
Exactly.
The tribe names is in this place, man, in Virginia.
And you got the street, and the projects, you got street names like Judah.
Yeah.
St. Peter.
Manasseh, Ephraim.
Mm-hmm. Just so happens is in the projects over here, where we killing each other every St. James Street. I used to live on that street long time ago. New Jerusalem.
Yep, New Jerusalem.
All this stuff that we know, But guess what? But what's happened to us? There's no mercy because we killing ourselves on Judah Street. Somebody getting killed.
Yeah.
Right now, as we speak.
Don't know who they are. Kids doing all kind of stuff. Everybody's just in the disarray because it's lawlessness.
Yep.
So if you if I keep telling you,
Right.
if I keep telling you, you can, be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just love,
Right.
and we gonna love you no matter who you are.
Right.
Well, you're gonna be a savage. And then now you raise savages and things start to happen and trickle down. And all of a sudden now you start realizing you done dug yourself a great hole for your family. So family is important. That's why we build on family. Yeah. Matching the spirit of the family. That's why we tell the young men, you trying to get a rib, make sure she match the spirit of the family. You women, you see somebody's talking to you, you're looking at a husband, a watchman, or whatever. Make sure this man match the spirit of the family. Cannot do it outside of that. Because what starts to happen, problems proceed. And as problems proceed, mentally you be destroyed. So now you're not even on a good mental playing field. That's why you have a lot of our people mentally ill. Okay? It's because of situations, environments, health, all kind of things. And therefore they receive no mercy. Read on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 6.
Come on.
Better is an hand full with quietness than both the hands full with travail and vexation of spirit.
So what does that mean for us? Come out of the mind first and understand that we have to build together. But we can never build together because we don't agree on all. Like, how you gonna build
right.
And somebody think that East India is the motherland. My brother told me that. Say, hey man, the real true motherland is East India. Bruh, based on what? See, I had watched a cartoon, and in the cartoon they dropped jewels on. Shut up. Yeah, shut up, stop. It's a problem, okay? So we have to get on one accord, and that's what Christ does. What Christ does is he show you how he walked, and then you measure up that integrity, how he walked with your life, and then you have integrity. That goes a long way because it teach you how to speak to someone. It teach you how to work out situations, all right? You're going to get in situations. You're going to be in some tough jams just in life or whatever. But you still have to hold your integrity. Read on.
Verse 7. Then I returned, and I saw vanity under the sun.
Watch this. Vanity under the sun. This is where we are at right now. Come on.
Verse 8. There is one alone.
There's one alone. This is something Chief he talking about. Come on.
And there is not a second.
Not a second. There's no other second behind this. Come on.
Yea, he have neither child nor brother.
No, he don't have no kind of secondary siblings with him. He don't have anybody who's lined up with him. It's one only. Come on.
Yet is there no end of all his labor.
And there's no end of all his labor. Come on.
Neither is his eyes satisfied.
With what?
With riches.
Neither is his eyes satisfied with riches. Well, who's taking everything? Who's not satisfied? Who's not leaving not one crumb, not one grape? Read.
Neither saith he.
Neither saith he. Come on.
For whom do I labor?
Selfishness. Come on.
And bereaved my soul of good.
Come on.
This is also vanity. Yea, it is a sore travail.
And a lot of our people, what y'all don't know is you ignorant of the Bible because you don't have any spirituality in you. When you look at these verses, man, it's showing you that our people, if you follow this system of greed, of a person that doesn't care, of the hierarchy standard, like there's none other than this place outside of this Babylon the Great that deals like this. This place is a square tomb, man.
Yep.
And you're following the system over and over again into your destruction. You keep thinking that it's the police that's killing.
Listen, it's 1,000 ways to die and one way to live. You walk out your house, something could happen. You breathe the air, this could happen. You eat this could happen. Whatever the case may be, the only way to live is keeping laws in Christ.
Well, since you said that, go to Job 36. Job 36 and 12. Because you come outside of that way, something waiting for you. All right. Now, you consistently believe that this man, matter of fact, let me show you this. Before y'all go here. We was talking about it last week, this Ali video. Some of y'all might have seen it, but I'm gonna play the whole clip for you because I want to see who's spiritual. Let's look how the so-called white man is reacting to what he's saying. Watch this. Come on.
Fly together. The buzzers, everything hangs out with its own. White people are cultures different from black people. Puerto Ricans and Indonesians cannot integrate. Egyptians and Germans cannot integrate. Australians and Mexicans cannot integrate. They have different foods, they have different music, different cultures. See, you white and I'm black. If white people have a party tonight and black people have a party, the party will be 100% different. The music, I go in a white restaurant, we integrate today, right? You go in a white restaurant, you gotta look all day on the jukebox to find some music.
No. At our party, we'll have Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, and...
Let me tell you now, if I go play a jukebox in a white restaurant, anybody black Italian here, you got to look all over that box for some black music. Hank Snow, Johnny Cash,
Josh White.
All kind of names I ain't never heard of. You know, when that train comes around that mountain, when that train comes, and that truck driving around there. So what I'm saying is, ain't nothing wrong with that music, but that fits the white culture. You go in our joints, oh, baby, don't leave. Oh, I cried all night. Who's that running out of my back door, honey? Oh, but see, those are our problems. Then I go to Chinese restaurant, clean, ting, tang, tong, tong, ting. So we can't integrate.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna never have no peace. The culture, the nature's different. I don't hate you. We can eat in your restaurant. We want to marry your women. We got your women now. It ain't nothing we can't do today. But these things the dog got. I see dogs on television eating out of the same plate with white people. I see dogs in the buses, and they do everything with the dogs. So I ain't getting nothing the dog ain't got. So really, ain't nothing in this integration. I need some land. I need some jobs. My people need jobs. We need something so we can build and do for ourselves, and we must have some land. 40 million people. You know, it's a lot of Negroes just in New York and Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, California. It's a lot of black. Ooh, that's a whole nation. 40 million, man. They don't tell you the truth about that. They want us to stop having babies. They give them birth control. They're paying black women not to have babies.
It's 40 million,
now.
not 20 million?
Yeah, they're paying black women not to have babies now. They got all kind of plans to stop our race.
Well, everyone.
So when we know all of this,
getting into birth
so
control,
now a man with my knowledge, what can you tell a man like me now? What's your suggestion?
Pause. Now watch. This the part. Watch. We played that so you could really understand where his mind was going, but watch what he really say here and watch the reaction. Come on.
That's your question. Okay, you talking to me, not a dumb Negro or pork chop eater don't know the truth. I'm free now. I woke up. Now, what are you going to tell me now? I done gave you my solution, some land of my own, doing something for myself like you, England, and America do. Now, I know you're not against the black man. I know you're not against me having my land, are you? I know you English and ruled and slaved forever for a long time. But do you still today don't want me to have my own country and build for myself and govern myself? Would you think that's bad if we thought like that? What's your solution to my problem? 1974, you all just, white man just flew from New York to England in an hour, less than 2 hours. You all are so progressive. You're walking around on other planets. Now, today, I'm intelligent too now. What's your suggestion? What should be my movement? Integrate?
Yeah, equal rights in a mixed society.
In this society, where you still own the government, you still own the train station, the railroad plant, the lecture plant, these television cameras, you still make all the food, you control everything, and I'm like a leech on a dog's back. All I can do is just wait for you. I can't do nothing for myself. Integrating in your society don't mean I'm doing nothing for myself. You doing it all. I want to do something for myself. I'm tired of depending on you. You might get broke one day. Your stores might close. Your gas pumps might cut off again. I'm relying on you now. Can I have my own land and country?
Well, you've got your own freedom here, for instance. I know you're luckier than many black people in America, but you're your own boss.
I'm speaking for my nation.
I know, I appreciate
it. If I was representing
Pause.
just me, I would...
They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that. Get them off. They don't like down. Yeah, I mean, they don't like that. See, eventually, as it starts, they'll let him go stay in Islam and everything. Eventually, his thinking lead him right to the truth. Boom. But the statement that was made, the true statement. Okay, why are we being held? He didn't say, yeah, you should have your own country. Nope. He will not say that. He like, no, integrate and make society. Why? They want the melting pot.
But Ali says something we always say, as long as he's on top. See, it's easy, like he said, it's easy to integrate and do all have this man's ideologies, but as long as he's ruling you, no matter what, you can, we're going to integrate, but guess what? I'm going to make all the rules, though.
Then he tried to turn the wealth factor. This is where some of you simple Negroes don't understand.
Exactly.
But Ali already traveled around the world, already understood the process of how the so-called white man will really just embed his ideology in you. He's like, but you're doing great, though. You're rich. You're doing good for yourself.
He said, but what about my nation?
Like, nah.
He said, but what about my nation? He said, no, what about my nation? One thing I will give Ali credit on, even though he was in Islam, the man gave up everything for what he believed in and was willing to die for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we showed that clip to y'all because you got to realize, in a sense, even back then, it's still the same now. You are relying on every single thing that this system has to dictate to you. This man say, you know what? Click the like. Well, look at the virus.
Right.
Look at the virus. Close the stores down. Curfew. Okay, mommy. Okay, daddy. Okay, you guys can come out and do things now. Oh, but only 50 people. Okay. You don't have the control to say, you know what? This virus breaking out all over everywhere within our borders.
Yep.
We're going to shut down completely 2 weeks. Gather all you can gather right now. We're going to shut you down for 2 weeks. It'll eliminate everything. But it's just the Most High is the one that's showing us that you cannot rely on another government outside of the Most High's government, how he showed Christ, that's going to take care of you. This thing is dog eat dog. And some of you still willing to vote. Some of you still willing to be in the system.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When you have the Most High pop Ali on his head, tell the truth. Boop. He just went in.
I mean, he had no filter, too. He was like, look, even the culture. And you know what? And the reason why that so-called white man couldn't say much to him, because he knew he was telling the truth.
They're like, I don't want you to have your own land. But let's go to Job 36. Let's go back. Job 36 and verse 12.
The book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword.
So you're seeing us not obeying. And what is happening? We are perishing by the sword. And who bears the sword? In this book, Esau has been given a blessing with that sword. So he's building things. He got you grid locked into structures and ideologies. The storm coming, you going to call a storm by the name he name it. All right. You ain't in your own mind for nothing. We don't have a collective body for nothing. You can't even do that in Hollywood. They tried coming together. Still being gridlocked. Let's get a satellite up into the sky. It'll be destroyed left and right continually. You'll never be able to keep it up there. This man is Space Force. Didn't you understand that? This man started Space Force to keep that from happening. Yeah. Yeah. So read on.
The book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 12. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword.
Come on.
And they shall die without knowledge.
And you folks that have not returned to keeping the commandments as Christ delivered them, which he delivered the commandments at the highest level of understanding, how to keep God's commandments at the highest level, to where he had no sin. That means all our feast days, the holidays, the way the Most High said to dress, the way a man should look. All that Christ kept. And he's supposed to be your example. You mean to tell me that's all pushed aside? Well, why do you think we're in the situation we're in now? All right, and you folks that have not returned, man, you are in a very dangerous position right now. You're in a dangerous spot because once hearing the truth, there's nowhere to run. Read on.
Verse 13. But the hypocrites.
But the what?
But the hypocrites.
That's what you would be, because everybody's going to say out of their mouths they love God. Mm-hmm. Don't you see every single tragic video? You just randomly pick one. Somebody going to say Jesus, God. Come on.
The book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 13.
Uh-huh.
But the hypocrites in heart heap up in wrath. It says they cry not when he bindeth them. They die in youth, and their life is among the unclean.
Come on.
He delivereth the poor in his affliction, and openeth their ears in oppression.
Wait a minute. So, when it's talking about the poor, it's not just talking about riches and money. Your spirit. If your spirit is fed up, your ears should start opening up. That's what really should be happening. You should go, nah, something off, something wrong. And your ears spiritually start to open up, and you start to seek, wait a minute, we underneath curses. We need to return back. We got to cooperate with each other. This is why coming together, this is why when you see people that's not coming together, especially in the truth, you have to realize the mechanisms of Satan, what Satan is doing. You're supposed to be really hewing in, because you're going to need each other. Mm-hmm. In this system, if you are a individual, you're finished. You that sick sheep. Read on.
Verse 14. They die in youth, and their life is among the unclean.
Come on.
He delivereth the poor in his affliction.
Come on.
And openeth their ears in oppression.
Come on.
Even so would he have removed thee out of the strait into a broad place.
Out of the difficult place into a broad place. Come on.
Where there is no straightness.
There's no difficult. Come on.
And that which should be set on thy table should be full of fatness.
So what should be set on your table should be full of fatness, meaning the best. What table is it talking about? Your understanding on how to return back to the Bible. The Bible is the table, but your understanding should be full of fatness. But instead, we see it over and over again. How is it that you can, just look at Israel in totality. You got other Israelites groups, everything. At very best, the Most High has elevated this thing to where at least if you were seeking anything out of the Bible, you know that there's over 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus scriptures going out in a week. Can you imagine that? Understand, look how many scriptures and topics is going out through the week, but you only know 5 scriptures? How's that work? What are you studying? What's in your mind? You're living in reality. And you mean to tell me You can't even break down go back and go, where the Lord, said this, and no wonder situations is happening. It's no different from Christianity. I can quote scriptures, but I'm not really about the scriptures. That's a difference. Read on.
Verse 17, but thou hast fulfilled the judgment of the wicked.
Fulfill the judgment of the wicked. Come on.
Judgment and justice take hold on thee.
Come on.
Because there is wrath.
Because there's wrath. Come on.
Beware.
Come on.
Lest he take thee away with his stroke.
With his stroke. Come on.
Then a great ransom cannot deliver thee.
That's the reason why you want to live by the codes and conducts of this book. Because once you outside of this, your table's not fat. There ain't going to be a ransom. Nobody can go back and say, hey, you know what? Please don't kill this young man. Who going to be able to do that? It's already happened. It's done. And then you had a video up there. Give us this video of his family. I'm not going to show the video, but y'all should have probably seen the video because it was all over social media. They love showing our demise. Got the man's blood scattered all over the streets. No, it's the one where they're talking. They're talking to his family. Yeah. Go ahead. Watch this.
Tell us your names.
Zamir.
What's your name?
Zakawa.
What's your name, bud?
Zana.
Can you tell us about your dad?
Okay, so we need to always hang out. We need to always go places. And we need to always play around.
That's all right, son. Keep it going. Keep going. Be strong. Be strong. You can do it.
And he need to always teach me how to be a man.
Alhamdulillah. Praise God. Praise God. That's right. That's right.
And these white racist cops got my own dad.
I'm sorry. He's a man's man.
And black life still matters.
Amen.
Good, man.
Pause. Some people in the background saying amen. Then you don't coach these little kids into saying, the first part I could believe. The second part, they probably told him, I'm not going to speculate, but those kids right there is destroyed right now, all right? And they're in a high elevated situation, and they don't even know it. Kids smiling. They'll never realize what happened until when they get of age, all right? It's devastating. Normally, children are shielded from this kind of madness, but they just get up there, do what you're doing best. So you show his sons. All right, he looks like his daddy, but you're showing his sons out there in a state where they can't even communicate. This man's family is destroyed, and you put this family up there as a public spectacle. All right, this is bad. Play on.
Stay strong, man.
Yes, King.
But I'm not going to deny what my son's situation is.
Pause.
We all.
Now, let's dial back just a minute. The tragedy, of course. This is happening over and over again. There's two other killings that happened. People don't even know it. It hasn't made the attentions got the media attention yet. But there's a reoccurring theme that always happens in these situations, and I'm going to see if y'all pick it out. Put it in the comments. Watch this. Listen to what he says.
Not mental illness, you read COVID-19 and all this other thing. mental illness come in, especially when you see people dying and call it invisible death. We got to get a cure for this virus. Regardless, what color, and creed, you're rich or poor. We all got to stand together. And I wish
Why is it you are not, that's why we're looked upon as children, man. You can't just exclude everybody else for not one moment. They just killed your son. You still talking about some type of invisible unity. We all together, whatever. It's not about that. It's the system itself is inadequate. Itself. So we keep looking. We can never, as a man, that they did this to your son. No words in your mouth should be talking about unity right now. This man didn't talk about unity when the trade centers got hit. He mounted up, didn't he? Okay, come on.
Somebody, mother or father had experience what I had to go through. And you know one thing? I'm going to need some Christ. I'm going to need help. And I'm not ashamed. I need help. If you see your son got murdered, butchered, I would ask you, how would you feel? So you know what I mean? It's a grief.
Let me say this too, as a testament to our people, though. What's embedded inside of us is unique. Because he still has an ability to do that, and in his mind, this is where we're detached. This is where we're spiritually sick. Because watch what he says here. Come on.
That's something I wouldn't want. No parent in life had to experience what I went through. You know what I mean? If we're going to find out what kind of justice it is, though, I'm going to say one thing. We'll find out. I believe in the Lord, and I'll see if the Lord believing in us. When I'm sending SOS out, not the
Pause. That man said, I believe in the Lord, and I'm going to see if the Lord believe in us. You don't realize in situations, what the Most High would do is pop you on your head. You'll just be saying something. You got to realize, why would he say that? Why would he say, I believe in the Lord, but I'm going to see if the Lord believe in us? This is where, now we're only highlighting this because this family's in distress. And we will give them, if they was to call at any moment, whatever type of support or whatever, we got rally behind our people. But when it's time to be healed, all right, if you have a sickness, if you have an ailment, don't go around the bush and tell me, if I have a deadly ailment, don't tell me that I can be cured and don't give me no medicine. You understand that? So this is where the problem is at. We'll keep doing the same thing. We want justice. Excuse me? Justice is a paycheck at this point. Watch, come on.
This city, no kind of way. We've been through enough already. You know what I mean? That's all we need is I got the right people there, and I got trust in them, and I got trust in God. That's all I need. You know what I mean?
And my son wouldn't want none of y'all to be out here looting. He made a rap record. All of y'all are here about this loot. My son had a rap record about this loot. And I pray y'all listen to it because it's true. Y'all please listen to it. Justice will be served in the blood of Jesus.
And by the blood of Jesus. Come on out. You holy rollers, you folks out there that's living in a fantasy world and maybe in a childlike mind consistently. What happens when we are seeing this happen, this mechanism over and over again. This stuff just continually happening. Wouldn't we, as a people of the things that are happening to us, wouldn't we form some type of organization where we can now appoint some leaders and say, let's start getting some talks done to really realize where our mind is at in our whole grand scheme of being a nation? Or should we just be like, just wipe the whole nation out? This is what has happened. Calling yourself African American, calling yourself black, or whatever the case. Everybody having all different ideologies. It put us in a bracket where we're all detached. So you got the Israelites, you got the Pentecostals, you got Islam, you got the Hamrekios, people who you got the people 5%ers, Egyptology. Everybody's in their own mind within our own nation. Isn't that crazy? But one thing that the other people have over us is they can rally behind their own concept, their own nation. So the so-called white man, even though he stole this land, he can rally behind America. Let you start rallying behind America. You just getting grinding the powder. It has not been on an equal playing field. This is why in the Bible, the Lord is saying, he got to give us our own land. We have to have our own country. All right, go to Ezekiel 36. Yeah, 17.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 17. Son of man,
come on.
When the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings.
This is why we're saying clear the mind first. Because when we have our land, you can't defile the land by your own way. You're going to have a land full of chaos and you'll never be able to build anything. You need laws, statutes, and commandments to govern your actions. All right? Remember what this, let me hold this. Let's go to Timothy. 1 Timothy. Chapter 1. Yeah. Verse 9.
1 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 9. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
Because it's not even grievous to you to have compassion or to have the fruits of the Spirit. A righteous person, that's embedded into you going, you know what, I'm going to follow what the Most High says. Not made for the righteous man. Come on.
But for the lawless.
But for the lawless. So it's a lot of people that's lawless. What law is it here? Let's find out. For the lawless. Come on.
And disobedient.
Come on.
For the ungodly.
Ungodly, different gods. Come on.
And for sinners.
Sinners. Breaking the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Come on.
For unholy.
Come on.
And profane.
Come on.
For murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers.
So you mean to tell me we don't have to keep the laws no more? This was the laws intended for. We have this out here. And you have people running around saying don't keep the laws no more? Come on.
For manslayers.
For manslayers. You see that. Come on.
For whoremongers.
Come on.
For them that defile themselves with mankind.
Come on.
For men stealers. For liars. For perjured persons. And if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine.
If it's contrary to sound, what is sound doctrine? What is sound doctrine? Put in the comment board. Y'all should know this.
Right.
What is sound doctrine? Let me see. Let me see the comments. Somebody put sound doctrine. In the law is set up for anybody that is contrary to sound doctrine. What is sound doctrine? Give me Google on the word sound. Let's see if they pull up some different meanings. Matter of fact, type in sound doctrine. Keeping the laws. There you go. Proverbs 4 and 2. Proverbs 4 and 2. Let's read it for them. Bear with us tonight.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 2. For I give you good doctrine.
Sound doctrine. Something sound is good. It's solid. It's stable. Come on.
Forsake ye not my law.
Forsake ye not my law. You gonna say that's the law of Christ right there? If you saying, this is what gets me, because everybody, she said it about the blood of Jesus. Everybody's gonna, you see the situation she's in. All right? And you see that she's not the only one. That family is not the only one. And you see that our families believe in Jesus. But you see that our families consistently going through these things. What does that show you? The Lord ain't fail. The Lord could never fail. So the only adversity to that is the person, the people. How are you conducting yourself? When you look at this book, the Lord tell you, you better agree with your adversary quickly. If you live by that creed, if that's embedded into your children, if that's embedded into the family, you know this man hates us. He's tending to kill us and get a vacation. I can't give him no type of anything. For we know, when you read in Romans, he beareth not the sword in vain. He will kill you. You think they're gonna get prosecuted? Good luck, because at the end of the day, he's gonna become a long list. Where is it at? Ahmaud Avery. Remember him? He just start fading backwards on everybody's list. George Floyd, everything's gonna start fading. It's gonna keep moving forward until the Most High is causing this, until we acknowledge our offense. Like he says in the book of Hosea, we have to acknowledge our offense. And what was our offense is that we keep saying that we can live lawless. Let's go back to Ezekiel. So anybody that tells y'all, listen carefully, you holy rollers, you apologetics, or whoever you want to call yourself, or I study the Bible, I know God. If anyone ever tell you not to keep the commandments and you agree with it, you do not know God. 100%. You don't know Christ at all. All right? Because what they're telling you is to go kill yourself. Let's go. Let's read again. Ezekiel 36:17.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 17. Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings.
Oh, let me say this too. Give me a video about black Americans in the land. The Atlantic did it. I'm going to show y'all something. Because a lot of people seem to have this fantasy in their minds that we could just go grab land and live on the land. We're going to have harmony. Okay. How you going to have harmony? Especially out here. People thinking that out here. Let's just get our city. We can live in harmony. I'll show you what happened to some of these. Let me see what you got. Yeah, play that video for him. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but I'll put the links up for y'all. I just want you to hear some stuff. Watch this.
My dad's land was taken, and that's how I see it.
Over the course of the entire 20th century, we know that black farmers have lost about 12 million acres of land total.
We are just being forced out. They're trying to force us out.
These cases of dispossession can only be called theft.
Okay, just about ready. Mount Bayou is an historic all-black town. formed many years in the 1800s by two former slaves. We don't have the overt racism that we used to have against people out in the public. Now we deal with it with employment, economics, banks. We still deal with it, and until we overcome all of that, the Delta will forever struggle, is my belief.
Pause. What does she meant by they deal with it with banks and employment? Put it in the comment boards. I'm trying to see. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm trying to see who's really picking up. She said they dealing with some things. Mainly her main things was the bank and employment. Listen to the rest of this little clip. I'm not going to play it all, but you should be able to pick up on overall what's going on. Come on.
Now I'm gonna help her get a poly pipe loaded so they can start putting the poly pipe in.
I've been doing this all of my life. As a kid, we went to the field until it was dark, either cotton chopping or cotton picking.
The Mississippi Delta is this area between these rivers in the northwest of Mississippi that has some of the most fertile land in the United States, in the continent, really. If you go out there, you'll see rows and rows of cotton, of soybeans, every single type of crop you can imagine. But in the early 20th century, almost all the land was owned by white folks. It was homesteaded out by the federal government, or was otherwise inaccessible to black folks.
My grandpapa, Ed Scott Sr., started purchasing land back in 1938. They came from Hale County, Alabama, and they moved to Mississippi in 1919 before my dad was born. My grandmama hated it here, but in Alabama, black people could only sharecrop. No one would sell them land. Very few could get the historic 40 acres and a mule.
Ed Scott Sr. was almost supernaturally gifted at farming. He knows exactly how to rotate the crops, how to plant things in a way that gets the highest yields. And that gave him his own economic gravity that local white businessmen could not ignore. Eventually, a plantation owner decides to sell Ed Scott Sr. a plot of land.
When he passed in 1957, the family had acquired acres and acres of land.
Ed Scott's son, Ed Scott Jr., takes over the farm. He is part of the generation of men that goes off to war during World War II. And when this generation of black men comes back, their white peers are granted so many free things from the GI Bill. They get free education, lots of them get free homes, they get things they can pass on to their children. But the black men among that number are denied many of those opportunities.
Get them out of there real quick, man. So I just want we'll put if y'all haven't seen that, we'll show you I'll put the link up. But you have to realize something. Somebody doing things according to the system. Man bought his land, acquired his land, worked the land. His family started doing things. He even went into the military within the system. Every single aspect in the system, he's obeying by it. Still, they robbed that man. What is so important about land that our people don't really realize is that every time, matter of fact, go back to Job. The Most High is showing us from a whole different element that even if you have land in this place of lawlessness, of chaos, how's it going to work? So we was just saying it when the video was playing. People don't realize for us to get back our own land is really the kingdom. So how is it gonna what we gonna run it by? Are we gonna run it like this system here? Because eventually, wouldn't it show you, if, let's say, the Lord say the same, if he continues this on for whatever amount of time it is, wouldn't some of our descendants make it into the kingdom? Your hope is you make it into the kingdom, right? Well, how they going to live? What they going to live by? Job 37, verse 7.
The book of Job, chapter 37 and verse 7. He sealeth up the hand of every man.
Come on.
That all men may know his work.
Come on.
Then the beasts go into dens and remain in their places.
And they remain in their places. Come on.
Out of the south cometh the whirlwind. And cold out of the north.
Come on.
By the breath of God.
By the breath of God. Come on.
Frost is given.
Come on.
And the breath of the waters is straightened.
So when it says the breath, the Lord gives the commandments. Esau tells you, oh, in our meteorological assessment, it's going to rain. You, in return, go, that's a system in place. Oh, they could tell it's going to rain because they have radar and they track it and everything. But how is it manifested?
Well, they say it's supposed to rain today, but it was sunny.
Exactly. They go see it. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to rain. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes they go, hey, it's a tropical storm down here. It's about to turn into a hurricane. Sometimes it doesn't. Why? There's a supreme authority that you got to come outside of your mind and saying that science is looking at the mechanism. They're not looking at, oh, this is why it manifested today. They looking at the mechanism. They're not going to be able to go 37 years from now. The wind is going to be blowing at 57 miles per hour in the mid-Atlantic while snow is falling. They're not going to be able to do that, no. They don't have that ability because they don't understand, and our people don't understand the fact that the Most High, he gives the words of all of these things for everything to happen. Everything is happening by his power. The minute you say, oh, well, science said, you have no right to complain right now. You rely on science. See how that works for you. Go park in Tornado Alley and rely on science to tell you where the tornado is going to turn while you standing in front of it. Goodbye. Come on.
Verse 11. Also, by watering he wearied the thick cloud.
Come on.
He scattereth his bright cloud.
Come on.
And it turned round about by his counsels.
By his counsels. Come on.
That they may do whatsoever he commandeth them upon the face of the world and the earth.
The face of the world and the earth. The face of the world and the earth. You folks that's been studying for quite some time, that should have jumped out at you. The face of the world and the earth. I'm not going to say nothing. Come on.
Verse 13. He causeth it to come, whether for correction.
What does he do it for?
He says, whether for correction.
It's sometime for correction. Come on.
Or for his land.
Or for what?
Or for his land.
What does it mean for his land? Is it talking about, oh, he just going to have the water to rain for his land? Because we know back when you read in Genesis, that he could have the mist to do that. So why is he saying for his land? Come on.
Or for mercy.
Or for mercy. Or for mercy. See who picking up on that. Come on.
Verse 14. Hearken unto this, O Job. Stand still.
Jump down to verse 19. I'm just going to.
Okay. Verse 19. Teach us what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our speech by reason of darkness.
So you teach us what we should say to who? You got your communication towards making peace to the Most High is the most important thing. This is why we're going through what we're going through. All right. We need to be taught out of the Bible. But yeah, you have the Bible, but you need the example. The example is Christ. All right. Teach us what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our speech by reason of darkness. What type of darkness is this? What type of darkness is this? What does darkness have to do with you speaking? If you in the dark, your mouth don't work. So, what's the darkness? Anybody? Sin? I'll take that. Darkness is sin. Darkness is sin. Well, let's go to John. John 1. Don't worry about it. John. Let's go to the book of John. Sad scenarios over and over again. You start one.
St. John, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and darkness comprehended it not.
So light shining in darkness, and darkness comprehended it not. Why? Because there's no medium ground when you are in the midst of sin, when you're in the midst of lies, when you're in the midst of being contrary to God. Then how is it going to comprehend? You're adverse to it. All right. Darkness. Read on.
Verse 6. There was a man sent from God.
Come on.
Whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light.
You know what's funny? As you see the mercy of the Most High always extended mercy to Israel consistently. Even here, to prepare the way, John is sent. Don't you realize, you folks out there that may not understand the truth, don't you realize the Most High has poured his spirit of truth back upon the earth? So now, instead of one man saying, go prepare the way, you got many brethren on the streets. You got many sisters starting to change their lives and everything else. That's mercy. You don't never understand in the Bible, because men love darkness. Men love darkness. All right? You have to understand that. But this is mercy. Read that part again.
St. John, chapter 1, verse 7. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe.
Read on.
He was not that light.
Come on.
But was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world.
There go the word world again. Every man that cometh into the world to get that water, to get that light. All right. You're going to realize something that eludes a lot of people, especially you folks that say that you're in the truth. You cannot force this truth on anybody. They'll never be able to stand before what you're saying. You can't force this on someone. It's not if the Lord has not opened their eyes up to see this, they will never see it. They will never see it. They're in darkness. They can never see this. So, some of you folks are being tagged on the video and everything else. You might not see it. The Lord may not want you. I'm just being honest. All right. Psalms 102. There's a lot of people doing different things. As you start to see it, you got the black voters. They showed, Lars will probably talk about a little bit of that tomorrow. Lil Wayne standing up with Trump, shaking hands with Trump. That don't even look, the symmetry of it. Find the picture real quick. I just got to say this. Look at the symmetry of it. Psalms 102. It's unbelievable. Start at verse 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 102 and verse 1. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and let my cry come unto thee. Hide not thy face from me in the day when I am in trouble.
Come on.
And incline thine ear unto me in the day when I call. Answer me speedily.
Answer me speedily. You're relying on the Lord, not the platinum plan. Look at him. Look at what he's doing.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not even really looking at, I'm not really kind of looking at him per se, but rather the whole entire stigmata of the message that is sending zone back out on them. What are they doing this for, folks? Politics.
Yep.
All right. I want to have a meeting. I want to discuss the platinum plan. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not shocked at this picture because when you seen Trump outside of presidency, who was he with?
Rappers and everybody.
Yeah, so they're painting the picture in all type of ways because they're playing politics with everybody. Yeah. Yeah, he says no such thing as racism. It's just money. He's looking at money. He don't care about that. Well, naturally so, because he's just an anomaly doing what he's supposed to be doing. So if for anybody following this, we keep saying, you're following entertainers.
Yep.
You can't take an entertainer. Every entertainer you can't just put up there and be like, he's a leader. All right? I don't care if he was standing there with the other side too. I don't care who he's standing there with. We're saying their system in totality is not our system. That might be their system. They may love to live in the state of chaos in elections and everything else. That's not our system. We have a governing system. There's one ruler, Christ. There's one king, Christ. There's the understanding and the wisdom that trickles down. The Most High is going to have that all in order, in which will then transpire to be in harmony. Because why? We will be on our own land. We will have our own defense systems and everything. That's what you don't know. In the kingdom is going to be attacked when you read in this book. Physically attacked. How's that work? Christ on the earth, the kingdom is physically going to be attacked. I mean, how could you get around that? So this is showing you it's bigger than what a lot of us can think, all right? Read on, Psalms 102.
The book of Psalms, chapter 102 and verse 3.
It's the prayer.
For my days are consumed like smoke, and my bones are burned as in hearth.
Come on.
My heart is smitten and withered like grass.
This is why you have people talking about Blaxit. Like black people just leaving in great numbers, leaving the United States. You got people going down to Mexico, going back into Africa, Gambia, all kind of just going into different places. And when you look at it, they're saying, oh, wow, I'm so happy here because I'm free from you know, America. No, you're not. You're not free. You're not free nowhere on this earth because you don't have your own land. Only thing you're doing is transferring Edom's rulership.
Yep.
You're transversing his rulership. That's all you're doing. All right, you in Brazil? Give me that video. Show you something. It's the lady who, let me see where it's at. Nah, the other one. Action News. Yeah, watch this, y'all. See if you pick up on something here. Meanwhile, you trying to escape and everything else, but Hollywood taking clips of how we lived in righteousness and how we set forth judgment, and they're premiering things. You folks never ever watch The Mandalorian, you will realize something. There. Come on.
Tria Brown knew the exact moment she decided she'd had it. She'd just watched a video of George Floyd pinned under an officer's knee, saying he couldn't breathe as he begged for his life. She sobbed as she played it over and over. On June 1st, a week after Floyd's death, she quit her job as a detention officer for the Los Angeles County Probation Department. In the midst of the global coronavirus pandemic, she sold her house, stuffed her belongings into 13 duffel bags and relocated to Puerto Vallarta on Mexico's Pacific coast. Brown, 42, is one of many African Americans leaving the United States permanently for many reasons, including racism and fear of police brutality.
Illusion.
Her flight landed in her new hometown on June 25th, a month to the day Floyd died. Watching that video, my heart broke and sank all at the same time, Brown says. That video served as my final confirmation that I was doing the best thing for my life by departing the United States of America permanently.
Get it off. Watch this. So now, let's say everybody just went, let's move. Let's just say everybody was like, okay, we all moving. Now what? That's okay, she moved. Okay, now what? You moved to Mexico? Okay. That's questionable. I don't know if anybody ever been to Mexico. I have, many times. We'll see how long she stays in that area right there. They probably never, she probably already back right now. Yeah. People trying to leave out of Mexico. She's going into Mexico. That's wrong. But let me go to another one. Go to the wrong one. Let's show y'all another video. We're just showing y'all reality right now. Watch this. Yeah. Calling it Black Rome right now. Why they calling it Black Rome? This should show you something. It's the new Black Rome. It's new Black Rome. Come on.
A lot of history lessons about slavery focus on the experience of African slaves who were shipped to the United States. But an estimated 4.5 million African slaves were sold to Brazil. That's 10 times the number as went to North America. And today, more than 80% of the population of the northeastern state of Bahia is descendant.
Yeah, no. See, here we go again. They love to try to hide. See how separation works? They love to try to hide the facts, man, of what slavery did. But this place, America, they want to. That was edited. That was edited. All right. It's too much documentation. There's Unknown No Longer book out. There's tons of ship manifests. No, this place right here they was getting slaves everywhere, but this place right here was really funneling in slavery even after they were supposed to abolish slavery. Come on.
Descended from African slaves, and African culture there is thriving. It's becoming a popular destination for African Americans who are looking to connect with their roots. Our correspondent, Leonie Lacani, takes us inside Roma Negra, or Black Rome.
It's game day. Dance music and celebration, a way of life for Brazilians. Locals line the streets of Salvador, in the northeastern state of Bahia, to support the country's soccer heroes. Many of the locals here are actually American, like Renee Adolfi. Born in Brooklyn, now a resident of Salvador since 2011.
I had a friend of mine who's American. She would come here every year. For 10 years, she was coming to Salvador. And so she said to me, Renee, you have to come to Salvador. When she told me she was coming here, I thought I had to come and see what it was like and why she keeps coming back.
Built like New Orleans, come on.
And instantly I fell in love with Salvador. It was supposed to be 2 weeks. She left and I stayed.
Renee's not the only one.
When I was there at Oladoom, I met some sisters from the U.S. You know, I saw them taking pictures and I heard one talking, and I was like, American.
There are no definitive numbers of how many
hold on,
Americans
pause. Some things already, it's out of order. Americans. You move, I'm moving from this place, but then you are still attached. That was a perfect example to show you what happened in the ancient times with leaving Egypt. Still wanting to really kind of still having the love for it. All right. Americans. I'm happy to see somebody from America. Okay. Let's right now, y'all should be like something wrong with her in a little bit. We'll see. Come on.
here, but there's seldom a place Renee goes where she doesn't meet other countrymen and women.
And so this is usually how it starts, right? You might hear someone talking, or you might see a T-shirt or something that they're wearing that kind of is a dead giveaway that they're American, you know, and so then you start to talk, and then you form an instant bond. And this is exactly what happened with these ladies.
For these women, Brazil brought them closer to their African roots. It's home to the second largest African population in the world after Nigeria. 90% of the residents here in Salvador claim African heritage.
Pause. Because a lot of the residents that was there before slavery. People don't even understand that. Because the so-called white man has lied to you and told you that everybody was brought from Africa over here. Right. Come on.
And that's what drew Renee here, giving up a successful career in Washington, D.C.
When I lived in the U.S., I had my own home. I had a townhouse. I had a condo that I was renting out. I had 2 cars. You know, I was successful. I had a private practice. I worked part-time in a psychiatric hospital, and I gave it up. I gave it all up.
Gave it up to move here. This favela, a low-income shanty area in the city. Renee lived here for 2 years. She says what she lacked in material comforts, she gained in joy.
So in Salvador, they just have this happiness, this alegria, you know, this happiness that's internal, which I think is part of their resilience. There's a lot of issues. There's poverty. They don't know where the next meal is going to come from sometimes.
Excuse me.
And so for them to be able to say, okay, I'm facing this despair. You know, I don't have food right now. I don't have water. But they're going to go out and go to the beach and have fun, and they're going to play music, and they're going to go to the club, and they're going to dance.
Pause. I might not eat today, but I'm going to dance. This is, you can't even make this stuff up in reality. I mean, in all actuality, it's just sad. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, we don't eat. We just poverty. We don't have the best care or nothing. But we just have this great joy. That's the same here. You in low levels of poverty. You seeing deaths on the streets. But come the weekend, knowing you don't supposed to be in the club on a Sabbath or anything, COVID season, you having COVID parties. COVID-19 party. Coronavirus parties. Because that's, what does that show you? A childlike, and no matter where you go, that's a childlike mind. It's about emotions. It's about feelings. Oh, I want to, you know, I just want to have this joy. You are the creatures that's meant to go through agony right now so you can learn how to rule in righteousness. You're trying to escape it, but there's no escape. The reality is going to be in your face, because even where she is at, they're still being held down and still being killed in the same locations. Come on, watch this.
You know, they're not going to let anything get them down. And so I've learned a lot about that.
Within the first couple of months of living here, she decided she wanted to give back to the community and opened a free clinic.
I would do therapy, I would do Reiki, energy healing, I would do massages. And I began to
get her out of here, please, quickly. She gonna do energy healing? Okay. Childlike mind. Let's go back to Psalms. You can't even make this. This stuff can't be made up. I mean, it just can't. We need somebody put it in the comment boards and said it the best. Let's just be honest. Forget everything else. Return to who you are. Return. You're an Israelite. You need to line up. Keep commandments. Start getting your mind prepared for the true Exodus. There's going to be another Exodus. All right? Come on.
The book of Psalms.
Yeah, somebody says she a multi-dimensional creature. Okay.
The book of Psalms, chapter 102 and verse 4. My heart is smitten and withered like grass, so that I forget to eat my bread.
Come on, you forget to eat your bread. Everything else. See, that's the point. Yep. We know the true bread. Right. To forget that you don't even understand how to return back to Christ. Come on.
Verse 5. By reason of the voice of my groaning,
come on,
my bones cleave to my skin.
Cleave to my skin. Come on.
I am like a pelican of the wilderness. I am like an owl of the desert.
A pelican in the wilderness. A pelican is supposed to be where? He's supposed to have water, man.
Right.
All right. An owl's supposed to have trees and stuff that he can be in. You're like a fish out of water, so to speak. But Minister Ezra put in the comment board to say she can heal with energy but can't find food.
Right.
You're a dimensional creature. I'm going to do healings. But why couldn't you do the same healings here?
Yeah.
This is where we detach that big time. Okay? Come on.
Verse 7. I watch and am as a sparrow alone upon the housetops.
Why? Come on.
Mine enemies.
Come on.
Reproach me all the day.
Ridicule you all the day. Come on.
And they that are mad against me are sworn against me.
Sworn against me. Come on.
Verse 9. For I have eaten ashes like bread and mingled my drink with weeping.
Come on.
Because of thine indignation and thy wrath.
Come on.
For thou hast lifted me up and cast me down. My days are like a shadow that declineth, and I am withered like grass.
Come on.
Verse 12. But thou, O Lord.
Come on.
Shalt endure forever.
Shall endure forever. Read.
And thy remembrance.
Come on.
Unto all generations.
Unto all generations. Come on.
Thou shalt arise.
Thou shalt arise. Read.
And have mercy.
And have what?
And have mercy.
And have mercy. Come on.
Upon Zion.
Because the only thing you're going to realize is, folks, we need divine intervention. The end. So you can only work on yourself. Work on your mind. Work on following Christ, keeping the commandments, because you need divine intervention. The place is sold up. Everywhere we go, you're going to have the same pitfalls.
Because what our people don't understand is the curses are going to follow you because it's on the people. When you with Deuteronomy 28, I don't care if you go to a remote island, it's going to follow you because it's on the people, the nation. Understand that?
Read it again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 102, verse 13. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her. Yea, set time.
The set
time is come.
The set time is come. So you're living in the set time. All you got to do now is start to repent, start understanding how to really follow Christ in the keeping of the commandments. And that's where go to Isaiah 64. Isaiah 64. You got to repent and really start following. Stop playing games. We keep saying it, or else it could be you on the other side of that screen talking about they did this or they did that. All right? Psalm 64. I'm sorry, Isaiah 64, verse 1. Start there.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 64 and verse 1. Oh, that thou wouldest rend the heavens, that thou wouldest come down, that the mountains might flow down at thy presence.
The mountains is the governments. Flow down at thy presence. Come on. That's what's going to happen when the Lord appears.
Oh, yes, indeed.
They got the Space Force. They got the telescopes, all these different things pointed out there. They trying to figure it out. When the anomaly was happening with one of the stars that they call Betelgeuse, they were looking at that so scared. Pay attention. Come on.
Verse 2. As when the melting fire burneth, the fire causeth the waters to boil, to make thy name known to thine adversaries.
Come on.
That the nations may tremble at thy presence.
That the nations may tremble at thy presence. Right now, they're not afraid of doing anything to us. That man was shot like a dog in the streets. And so forth, other people before that. Women too. Our own people are not afraid to do harm and hurt to us. Right now, you have a young family, a guy, he killed his wife. But it looked like it was in harmony. They had all pictures. They dressed up. You know how people do. I'm going to wear yellow. You going to wear yellow. I'm going to have a yellow vest on. You going to have, a yellow vest on. We're going to have our names written there, his and hers. My little kids, the boys are going to be dressed in with the same shoes I have. The girls are going to have your same shoes. Yeah, it looks like it's harmony, but it was chaos. This man killed his wife. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It's happening every day. People don't realize it. But for us, why wasn't that broadcasted? Read it again.
Isaiah chapter 64 and verse 2. As when the melting fire burneth, the fire causeth the waters to boil, to make thy name known to thine adversaries, that the nations may tremble at thy presence.
That the nations may tremble at thy presence. I'm going to send it to you. People be thinking that we're just making stuff up. Here, I'm going to send it to you. Show these pictures. I just sent it to you. There's people thinking it's a game. Might have to do the browser. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. You click on, go to the pictures. Look like this is our families are destroyed, man. In the mind, in the spirit, everything. Beautiful family. Come on. Just go through it and then come off of it. Some people think that it's people's joking. Come on. You can get them off. That's sad right there. If y'all read that story, I might put the link up. It's sad. All right? Because you hate to see that. You hate to see our families destroyed. But as you can see, somebody put that up and said, wow, this is sad. And it definitely is sad. I understand that. Beautiful family now destroyed, but who did it? That's why we're teaching to come out of the system from in your mind. You're not going to be able to come out any other way. All right? Read on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 64, verse 3. When thou didst terrible things, which we look not for.
Come on.
Thou camest down, the mountains flowed down at thy presence.
Well, when thou didst terrible things which we looked not for, thou camest down, the mountains flowed down at thy presence. So you folks got to realize something. The Lord ain't waiting on you. He ain't waiting on us. You trying to make haste to get yourself together quickly. Whether you are heading to the destination of death or the Lord cracked the sky open the next 5 minutes tomorrow, whatever it is, you need to be ready because he is not going to meet thee as a man. Read.
Verse 4. For since the beginning of the world.
For since the beginning of the world. Come on.
Men.
Come on.
Have not heard.
Have not heard. Come on.
Nor perceived by the ear.
Nor perceived by the ear. Read.
Neither have the eye seen, O God.
Neither have the eye seen. Read.
Beside thee, what he hath prepared for him that waiteth for him.
So if you waiting on the Lord, of course, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. All right, what's prepared, what the Most High has prepared for those who are waiting. And the only way you can wait is by keeping commandments as an Israelite, all right? Not trying to be a politician or get into politics or Black Lives Matter or whatever you want to do outside of this book is going to fail because it's contrary to sound doctrine. The sound doctrine is keep commandments in Christ. Understand that. The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
You better believe it. All right. Ain't nothing we can read scriptures 10 times over to you, but guess what? If you don't change your life, all of this stuff is going to continue to happen. Okay? Lord's will. We're going to show you some things tomorrow about being tricked and treats, all right? Because a lot of you are going to go out there and celebrate Halloween and meet your end doom right there, all right? You got to come out of that madness quickly, all right? We give all praises to the Most High in Christ for having us in the right mind to at least wait on him, all right? Have the patience to understand to work on ourselves in this wicked system, okay? You folks visit the website, IsraeliteSaintsOfChrist.org. Okay, get off of the bench. We will get to you. Get off the bench, become a saint. All right, it's a lot of work we got to do to take care of our people. All right, we got to wake them up. All praises to the Most High in Christ. You folks that are keeping it holy, all praises for you, man. Happy Sabbath. Most High in Christ bless. Shalom.